What's up, my friends? Angel Marie here, holistic success coach and content creator, helping you succeed in faith, money, and mindset. In today's video, I want to dive into social media marketing in 2022 and how you can grow your social media account better, faster, and smarter. Let's go. As an aspiring entrepreneur or content creator, social media is more than likely at the top of your list, which is probably why you navigated to this exact video, right? But in addition to that, it's a fact that there are literally over 4 billion people using social media today. That's half of the world's population. Now, that's not to say that you absolutely need to be on social media. I understand that there are so many people that are not on social media for their own mental health and well-being. And although I strongly recommend prioritizing your mental health and well-being above all else, again, as an entrepreneur and a content creator, being on social media is a really great way, not just to grow your brand, but to make an impact in the lives of other people. But where a lot of people tend to struggle is actually growing on social media, especially when it feels like the social media's algorithm is working against you. Trust me, I've been there, and it can definitely feel frustrating. So in this video, let's talk about the 3 main tips or pieces of advice that I want to give you to help you grow your social media by looking at it through a different lens so that you can grow it at a much faster pace. All right, so the first thing I want to say before I even dive into those tips is that authenticity is key. In everything that I'm about to share with you, and every tip and every piece of advice, being authentic should be the forefront. It should be the cornerstone of everything you do in your content creation strategy. And the reason for that is because in today's society, that's what works. That's what sells. That's what helps you position yourself as a marketing expert. It's just by you learning to show up as the authentic you. Long gone are the days of overly salesy marketing campaigns. That doesn't work for Gen Zers, and that definitely does not work for millennials. We live in a world where people want to feel seen, heard, and understood. And by you showing up authentic in your social media content in those ways can definitely help you grow smarter, better, and faster. All right, that was me preaching for you for the day. Let's dive into these 3 tips that I'd love to see you implement this very month. Tip number 1. When it comes to social media marketing, it's really essential to stick to your content pillars and your content cadence. When I say content pillars, I'm talking about the topics that you create content about. What are you wanting to teach people? What are you wanting to educate them with? What are you wanting to entertain them with based off of what you do and what your business is about? For example, my content pillars are faith, money, and mindset. This means that 99% of all of my social media content is going to touch base on one of those 3 topics: faith, money, or mindset. So think about it from your situation and from your stance. What are your content pillars? Try to choose at least 3 to 4 and stick with those as you create social media content. This is going to help position yourself as an authority in your industry so that when people come to your page, they clearly see that you are known for those topics. You want that to become repetitive as people scroll on their timeline and see the content that you create. It helps them start to believe that you are an expert in those topics. And as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, that's what you want. I also mentioned sticking to a content cadence. So when I say your content cadence, I'm referring to how often you're posting that content on a consistent basis. So you want to ask yourself questions like, how many days of the week am I actually posting? And what days of the week am I going to try to be consistent posting on? For example, I might only have the capacity to post 3 times a week. Okay, so given my schedule, that means that posting 3 times a week, I'm only going to be posting on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm going to try to stick to that schedule as a content creator. So the trick here isn't just to be consistent in that over the next month. The trick is to be consistent in that as long as you can be. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. You might miss a day or two, and that's totally fine. But you want to try to stick to that consistency. And the reason why is because the social media algorithm favors that. I often get asked, okay, Angel, well, shouldn't I be posting on social media every day? All of these online gurus are telling me to post every day. I'm the kind of coach that does not believe in that. We're human. We got life going on. We got all this other stuff going on. And I am not the kind of person to tell you to overly consume yourself with social media content just because you're an entrepreneur. To me, it's about balance, and it's about finding a cadence that works for you based off of your current capacity. So just be consistent in whatever that looks like. The algorithm cares more about seeing you be consistent than seeing you be frequent. The algorithm will start to work more in your favor, meaning they'll start to push more of your social media posts out to people that don't know you yet because they see that you're being consistent. You don't have to post every day. Just post consistently, whether that be 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Maybe you need to start out with twice a week just to kind of get into that flow. Find your content pillars, find your content cadence, and your social media growth is going to start to skyrocket over time. Let's talk about the second tip when it comes to social media marketing and how to grow better, faster, and smarter. This tip is focusing on short form video content. Short form video content is the new norm. You have to consider the fact that social media platforms have been switching over to prioritizing video content more and more these days. Instagram is prioritizing Instagram Reels. YouTube, although it was already a video platform, it started prioritizing short form video content that they call YouTube Shorts. Then there's TikTok, and even Pinterest is starting to prioritize Pinterest video pins. This goes to show that marketing methods within the creator economy are completely changing. In today's society, videos are more engaging and they're more compelling. Hence, companies and entrepreneurs having the upper hand when they leverage short-form video content to market or promote their business. So, you want to do the same thing. I would say short-form video is anywhere between 90 seconds or less. And within those short form videos, you are hitting on at least one of the content pillars that we talked about in the first tip. And as you create these short form video concepts, you can get creative in how often you're using trending audio behind these videos and how often you're using original audio behind your videos. Trending audio means that you're simply taking audio from another person's video and applying it to yours. This is something that so many creators are doing, especially on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Now, original audio is where you take your own audio or your own voice to use it as the video's audio. Let me go ahead and show you an example really quick of how I find trending audio, specifically on Instagram, to leverage in my short form video content. And hopefully this video makes it easy so that you can do the same thing. All right, so this is what I do. I literally go to Instagram, I click on the Reels button, and I scroll through people's Reels. And I take a look at that engagement, the likes, the comments, the saves, because all of that means that if they have a high amount of likes, comments, saves, and even shares, then more than likely, if I try to leverage that same audio, it could possibly work for me too in increasing engagement on my Reels. So again, I look at those videos and then I click the audio in the lower left-hand side. I click it, I can see how many people are leveraging and using that exact same audio. And maybe from these other videos using that same audio, I can gain inspiration as to how I might want to create mine. Now, the whole point here isn't to be a copycat, right? You don't want to copy exactly what people did. You just want to gain inspiration to what could work well for you from your own unique creative stance on the video that you would create. So then what I do after I get my creative idea on that trending audio is I just go ahead and save it. And after that, I create my Instagram reel. when I click to add in that audio, I can choose the saved option to specifically click on the audio that I saved and want to use for this video. Instagram will pull that saved trended audio right inside of my Instagram reel, and I can start creating from there. This is a really great way to start testing and trying trending audio and how it could potentially help increase engagement towards your social media videos and therefore help you grow your social media accounts over time. On the other end, there's original audio. Now, this is really important, okay? Because at first, when short form video content became a thing, most people were just leveraging trending audio. People wanted to follow trends and do what everyone else was doing. And although that can help you expand your brand to more people that don't know you yet, you definitely want to make sure that you are positioning yourself as a leader by showing up with your own voice and your own concepts. In fact, Instagram just recently announced that they're going to start prioritizing those Instagram Reel videos that are using original audio over trending audio. That just goes to show that platforms like Instagram are wanting to support creators stepping more into confidence and using their own audio or their own voice. And using original audio in your videos under 90 seconds can be so easy. You're just going to get on the camera, you're going to share tips, advice, education, or entertainment based off of your content pillars. In fact, here's an example of how I do it. A lot of times in original audio, I will literally hold up my phone, I'll press record, and that is going to be my original audio and video that I will post. Keep in mind that you can also take original audio elsewhere, like from a previous video that you have in your photo album, or maybe even from a podcast episode that you might have. You can pull an audio clip from there into Instagram and use it as the background audio for that video. That can work really well too. So, as you prioritize short form video content within your social media marketing strategy, try to have that balance. I would say 50% of your short form videos should use trending audio and the other 50% should use original audio. Now, of course, you can play around with this. Maybe you like trending a little bit more. Maybe you like using your original audio a little bit more. Totally fine. It's up to you. But when you first start out, try that 50-50 balance. And another tip when it comes to recording short form videos in your content strategy. Use good lighting. Please use good lighting. This can help your engagement by a long shot. Okay, you can easily use natural lighting coming in from the window or outside, or my recommendation is to just purchase a ring light. There are ring lights or box lights that you can buy on Amazon for maybe $50 or even cheaper. In fact, I linked some in the description down below if you're looking for some lights that are going to be good for your social media strategy. What I linked in the description is exactly what I use for mine, so hopefully it will help you too. And one more thing. If you're doing the trending audio, your video should be no more than 15 seconds. Original audio is when you're going to go maybe a little over that because more than likely you're holding the camera like this, you're talking, it's more organic and more personable. And to that extent, it could definitely be over that 15-second mark. But try to keep it as short as possible because people's attention span, it's like this, okay? I think the average attention span is 7 seconds today. 7 seconds. That means you have 7 seconds to capture someone's attention and to get them or to compel them to watch your video longer. That's it. So yes, be creative, be educational, be entertaining based off of how you want to show up for people in your audience, but keep their attention span in mind as you create these videos. Last but not least, tip number 3 when it comes to your social media marketing strategy. I'm going to keep this one short, sweet, and simple, but it's probably going to be one of the most important ones. And this one is prioritizing engagement over your ego. Yep, you heard me right. What I mean by this is to engage with people on social media, okay? Don't be stingy, don't be bougie, don't act like you're too good for them, like you don't got time to respond to them. No, social media has changed so much over the past couple of years. It used to be so simple to just put up a post and to not really care about your direct messages or the comments and to not reply back, right? Instagram, TikTok, they don't favor that anymore. They want to see you engaging back with the people that are engaging with you. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Don't put yourself on that high pedestal thinking that you're too good to respond or thinking that you're even too busy to respond. That used to be me. Can I just be real? That was me. I used to be like, oh, I'm too busy. You know what? Let me just post. But, I really don't care enough to respond. And it's like, what? If people are being intentional in responding to your posts by commenting and sending you DMs and showing genuine interest, then you, as a leader in your industry, should be doing the same thing back to them. Remember what I said at the start of this video? People want to feel seen, heard, and understood. And not only can you make them feel that way by showing up authentically in the content that you post, but you can make them feel that way by showing up authentically in your replies, in your responses, in your comments, in showing genuine interest in your audience and what they have to say. So my recommendation is to engage for 10 minutes, 5 days out of the week. That's it. I am a strong believer in having a full-on Sabbath day, on taking rest days or mental breaks from social media. So I do not recommend getting on social media, scrolling and engaging every single day just to grow your brand. Again, this is based off of your capacity. What can you take on right now? If 10 minutes a day, 5 days out of the week to just engage and spend time replying, commenting, responding to DMs, or commenting on other people's posts, if that feels like too much, that's fine. Maybe do 3 or 4 days out of the week. Just make sure that just as you're intentional about the content that you put out for you and your business, make sure that you're just as intentional in replying and responding to the people that are interacting with your posts. I could go on and on about social media strategy all day, but for now, we're going to stick to those 3 tips. My hope for you is that you run with those 3 tips this very month, especially if you are just getting started. It is not too late. You are not going to be quieted amongst the noise of social media. I know it can feel overwhelming. I know there are billions of people in the online space already right now, but it's not too late for you. Just start. And don't even worry so much about the numbers at first. Like if you start posting some short form videos and you're like, man, that didn't get, all the views that I wanted, or that didn't get enough comments or enough likes. Don't even worry about that. Focus on being consistent. Focus on having fun. Focus on finding your cadence. And over time, you will start to notice your social media growth skyrocketing. Not even just by the numbers, but by the people. How much more engaging people are on your posts than they were when you first started. And if you're looking for additional help on online business strategies, I did create another video talking about 5 key factors to consider to start a successful online business. And we dive a little bit into social media in that video as well. So feel free to check that out. Thanks so much for watching. You got this. I believe in you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.